with smiles. We're going to swap these tears with tears of happiness and joy, because these tears are tears of sadness, tears of missing their parents. Let's compensate them by providing for them. ايش قد تشتاقين لبابا حبيبي؟ هواي يعني ايش قد؟ ايش قد صار ليش ما شايفة البابا؟ شو وقت بابا توفى؟
من كنت بالمدرسة، من كنت صف أول.
وهسه تبي صف
خامس.
بابا شنو كان يجيبك على العيد؟
ألعاب، أي لعبة أحبها يجيب لي إياها.
It's been 5 years since her father's passed away, and on the days of Eid, her father would bring her any toy she wanted. It breaks my heart that I leave her in tears, but it's so that I can show you what the situation of the orphans of Iraq is.
Join hands with Hope, sponsor an orphan, and be their catalyst for a brighter, happier tomorrow.
Water is the key to life, yet millions have no access to this basic human necessity. Imam Hussain Charity is building water wells in Pakistan. Help the survival of many who can't have this basic human right, those who are at risk of disease and even worse, death. Imam Hussain Charity has a 6-month guarantee of completion of each water well project. Help transform the lives of the believers who live without water. Donate today.
Mornings with Ali starts with a bit of bread, a sip of tea. Ali's life is tough. His dad passed away 6 months ago and joined his mother. Every day, Ali pushes the heavy trolley. It's his only hope for a simple meal. It's tough, you know? He's pushing hard, but it's like he's invisible. Finally, a few boxes come his way. But the cash, barely enough. He looks at the kebab shop with regret. Unable to afford even a piece of fruit. It's dark and cold. He came home empty-handed again. He pulls out a picture of his dad. Oh, Dad, if you were here, I would not suffer these difficulties. Empower change with your impactful donation. Supporting orphans like Ali for a brighter future through Imam Hussain Charity.
Mama, أنا جوعانة.
شو تربيه؟
أيضا دجاج لحم سمك.
يا محمود إن شاء الله يوم يجيب لنا أكل وتاكل.
إن شاء الله ماما.
عليكم السلام.
شلون صحتكم؟
اهلا وسهلا.
هذه مواد مساعدات، مواد غذائيه مساعدات.
والله واجد.
مؤسسه الامام حسين شاريتي، ان شاء الله يحتاجون دعاء من عندكم ان شاء الله.
والله واجد. الله يجزاك.
Every child deserves a nutritious meal. Build bonds that withstand time. Bring a family together this Ramadan. Feed the needy and change lives by donating now.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الصلاة والسلام على خير الأنبياء والمرسلين وحبيب إله العالمين أبي القاسم المصطفى محمد وعلى آل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين. Distinguished guests, dear brothers and sisters, dear viewers at home, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and welcome to IHC, Imam Hussain Charity's last live fundraiser program this Ramadan. Alongside me is the joyful, the effervescent Abo Talib. Abo Talib, assalamu alaikum.
Mullah Ali, alaikum salam. How are you?
I'm very good.
You well? You excited?
I am excited.
You
yes.
looking forward to Eid?
I think now is the right time to say congratulations.
Yes.
To the dear viewers and to yourself as well.
Yes.
For almost finishing the 30-day, well, 29 depending on when the moon comes out and depending on Eid is, but completing the fasting for the month of Ramadan.
Inshallah, we say congratulations and as'ad Allah yamkum to all the viewers of Imam Hussain Charity and Imam Hussain TV. But most importantly, everybody has fasted and inshallah they haven't forgotten us in their prayers and du'as. Let us think of the orphans, the widows, the needy, the ones which are really vulnerable and in need. They are in urge, they are in need of your donations, your idea, your gifts. We have lots of packages. We have the £30 Ramadan basket package, which is only £30. With £30 you can break the fast of orphans and widows, a family of at least 5 people throughout the holy month of Shahr Ramadan. There is only one night remaining. You can also pick up the £50 orphan package, which is also an idea towards the orphan, and you can also look forward to the £1,400 water well, which is being built in Africa and Pakistan.
Fantastic. That was a quick one-stop shop to tell you exactly what is on offer when it comes to the campaigns that you can donate to. However, I'm going to ask the director behind the scenes to put in the lower third or the CG or whatever you want to call it.
Beautiful.
So that the details now on your screen. That was a very quick run through. However, we're going to take a deep dive into what each of these campaigns means. However, first and foremost, let me start off by reciting a poem in honor of Eid al-Fitr.
Inshallah.
Right, Eid al-Fitr. Now, we noticed throughout the A'mal of Layl al-Qadr that we combined both the Quran and the Ahlul Bayt.
Yes.
Because when the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ says, I leave behind for you 2 weighty things, that if you hold on to these 2 things, that you'll never go astray. These 2 things are the Quran, Kitabullah, وعترتي, and the Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam. And so we take this forward in terms of Eid al-Fitr, and Nouri Sa'dar says, break your fast and recall the best of creations, i.e. the Holy Prophet.
Yes.
Break your fast and recall the best of creations. Let Muhammad's care soothe your tribulations.
Allah.
And the hand of Ali lift your afflictions. The smile of Hassan grow your affections. The love of Hussein burn out your frustrations. The prayer of Sajjad lengthen your prostrations. The knowledge of Baqir fuel your ascensions. The pride of Sadiq cement your convictions. Plead Kadham's patience to burn your frustrations. See Rida's gratitude and change your tensions. Heed Jawad's young age and change your expressions.
MashaAllah.
Revive Muhammad like Hadi's quotations.
Allah.
Ask Askari to help your preparations. And remember the Mahdi who sees our actions. On this day of Eid, my congratulations. On this house, send your salutations.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. That's beautiful.
That is beautiful because,
Yes.
as I mentioned, it's combining the whole month of Ramadan and the fasting and everything that you've achieved in Ramadan, i.e. the supplications, getting closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, getting closer to the Prophet, the Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam, in this poem. So, leaving the poem to one side, and I think I'm going to put this now to one side because I don't really need it from my pocket, because now, brothers and sisters, we start off by saying last year,
yes,
if you remember from the live shows, we asked the dear viewers, and they came through, to send in donations so that we can purchase gifts.
Yes.
Right? So we purchase gifts. These gifts, we give it to those
Orphans.
who are orphans or are less privileged than us. Abu Talib, yourself and Sayyid Muhsin,
yes,
there's a report that I want the dear viewers to see, because after this report, we're going to talk about it a bit more, and then we'll go back to a lot more interviews that we've done with young children that have had their lives changed, or even small changes, just based on your donations alone. Just your donations alone. So we're going to go to this quick report. After that, we're going to come back. We're going to talk more about him. So this is quite awkward, so I'm going to have to keep looking at you until something happens. However, what we're going to say is, I'm hoping that the director behind the scenes is able to get us to a report. It's the 5-minute report, if I'm not mistaken. That report takes Abu Talib and Sayyid Muhsin through a detailed insight into what your donations does when it comes to providing Eid presents for those who are less privileged. Can we go to the report now?
son? Nice. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Mohsin Shah.
My name is Abu Talib.
And we would like to say thank you to all the viewers and all those who have been supporting the Eid time here in Karbala, whether it's to do with health, medication, education and clothing.
Brothers and sisters, we are here in a toy store. We have come to choose and pick so that we can take the toys back to the orphanage and bring the promises that we promised the kids that we're going to bring them toys back with us. Let's fulfill the requests of the orphans and pick and choose the toys that they wanted from us. Should we take these?
Yeah, let's go.
Let's put some cards in there.
Nice.
Fire brigades. Helicopters. Let's not forget the girls.
Tea set.
Colouring set.
Merry-go-round.
Some Lego.
I've got a kitchen set.
Doll set.
I don't think we've got enough.
Do you think we have enough toys?
Yeah, we do. But these toys are only enough for one orphanage, and there are so many orphanages throughout the whole of Iraq. We need your help in order to provide health, medical assistance, clothes, education, and toys like these to the Aitam here in Iraq. That one, please.
Habibi.
MashaAllah. Oh, hello. Hello, hello, hello.
Assalamu alaikum.
وين صوت؟ يقع.
ما شاء الله. تذكرون محسن سيد محسن من العام؟ من يتذكر سيد محسن؟ حبي عليكم.
ما شاء الله ما شاء الله.
وراي. يلا خلينا نتوجه. يلا. Guys, we have got them all to one side. We're going to prepare the toys and gifts for them. I'm extremely excited. It's so fun to be around them. Brothers and sisters, they're smiling because we are here. They have lost their parents. Let us provide something small for them. Let us donate, let us gift for them so that the loss of their parents can be gained by giving them gifts and toys. This is why it's important for you to donate so we can bring smiles back to their faces. Mahsin.
Give me another one. That's it.
جايتك هلا بيك الله احنا بنحبكم كلكم والله نحبكم انت حبيب الملايين حبيبي عيني جاب لك هديه وجه She says she remembers you from last year. You bought her a gift.
ما شاء الله.
Yes. بابا وين؟
بابا ميت.
بابا ميت رحمة الله عليه. ميت شنو سبب وفاة بابا؟
كهرب.
لا إله إلا الله. إيش قد تشتاق لماما وبابا؟
روح.
هواية؟
إيه.
إيش قد تشتاقين لبابا حبيبتي؟ هواية يعني إيش قد؟
بقلب العالم.
إيش قد فرحتي شوية لو هواية؟ هواية؟ إيش قد هواية؟ راوني بإيدك إيش قد؟ الله
هواي فرح.
He is really happy to see you, he says. وإن شاء الله تجي تشوفنا مرة ثانية.
إيه.
Standing here, it really breaks my heart. And knowing that they've lost their loved ones. We're only going to be here for half an hour or an hour or two. But tomorrow there'll be no one there for them. This is why we should keep into mind that every donation you give will have an impact on them. Let these smiles last longer and longer. Thank you, Imam Hussain Charity! Yay!
Be the reason a child smiles again. Sponsor an orphan and change a life forever.
Welcome back, dear viewers of Imam Hussain Charity, streaming exclusively on Imam Hussain TV 3. What you watched just now, I went behind the scenes and I managed to see the last minute of the report. Abo Talib is going to take us through exactly what happened in that report. But what I did see is that every single one of them had a smile on their face.
Yes.
They were joyous, they were happy. But that happiness is short-lived because, as Abo Talib mentioned in that last part of the report, yes, for half an hour they could be there, for an hour, for 2 hours. Let's just say you spend a whole day there, but what happens the next day? There's no one there for them, or the day after that. And their smiles will go away and they remember their lives and then they remember the calamities that they had to go through. So, brothers and sisters, we want to change that. Genuinely, we want to change it from the bottom of our hearts. The reason why we're here, the reason why you're watching us is because you have something in you that you might want to change as well. And so donate and partake from your finances so that you're able to change lives and give them more of a smile, not just a temporary smile, but more of a long-term smile and hope for the future. But take us through, actually before you do that, No. We'll talk about the other campaigns later.
Yes.
Talk us through, I guess, in the beginning of this report. You know, you were in the shops.
Yes.
What was it like trying to choose certain gifts for the kids?
So when we're in the shop, like we're looking at so many different toys, and I was telling the guys, you know, how old are the orphans that we're going to see?
Yeah.
He's like, you're going to see all ages. There's 2-year-olds, 4-year-olds, 6-year-olds, 8, 10, 12, 14. They were up to, in this care home itself, they look after up to 17-year-olds.
MashaAllah.
So we were thinking about buying toys for boys, for girls, you know, really, really young ones like puzzles or crayons for coloring. Then we had some helicopters with more electric and more detail. And as soon as we got there, they were so excited. They didn't even know that we've got them gifts.
Okay.
But they were so happy
to
the
see
fact
people.
that somebody visited them.
Okay.
So somebody came to ask about them because you know they're living in like, let's say, a camp, which is in the outskirts of Karbala, and they don't get people that visit them. So usually they have dad going out to work and coming back, but dad won't come back, or mum will go to work and come back, but mum lives at home, and you know they've become one family, but still seeing new faces, you know, bringing love, joy. We were really laughing, playing around. We done a train here. We sang some anashid. They were so happy, and actually before we were leaving, I think it was Christmas time, so it was maybe one night or 2 nights before New Year, and 2 girls literally came. I was like, Amo, can you please come back for New Year? We want to spend New Year, guys, with you. And it wasn't me personally, it was the whole team that went. So all the Imam Hussein team that went there. And they were so excited that, you know, we came, we asked about them, and we treated them like ours. And they are actually ours. And they're yours, dear viewers, because they're young children. They've got no sins. They're not guilty of doing anything wrong. The only guilt is that their fathers passed away, their mothers passed away, and they don't choose to live like this. They're extremely polite, they're extremely healthy. Some of them are really wise. One, mashallah, hasn't studied any English, but he knows how to speak fluent English through watching video games and YouTube, so on and so forth. So it was really cool, it was really exciting. And as I said, we are actually putting so much effort in just because that we want to ensure that these smiles will last longer and longer. And we're going to try to ensure that we're going to have more smiles on orphans' faces.
Inshallah. A lot has happened in this month of Ramadan, brothers and sisters. Namely, you know, I personally witnessed a friend of ours who passed away
in our community.
In our community, and you know, his Fatiha is going to be, I think, any day now. And what it taught us is that life is very short. Life is unpredictable. You genuinely do not know when your time is up.
It's a really sharp corner. You don't know when you're going to take that corner, and you can't come back.
And you can't come back. That's the only thing. You cannot come back to life. And then because there are verses in the Quran that also mention that Ya laytani qaddamtu li hayati, and then, you know, I don't want to give an exegesis on the verse, but it basically means those who have passed away yearn to come back to life, so that they can give more in terms of their good deeds, because they've seen it. Once you pass away, you know the truth, you've seen it, and you're like, oh my God, what have I done? I want to go back so that I can give more. Now is that chance. Don't let that nedem, that guilt that you'll have later on, don't let that come materialize. Give as much as you can now so that you can put it in the bank, basically. Put it in the good deeds, your bank of good deeds, so that in the future it can testify for you. So that if you have sins, if you have a list of sins that are way too heavy, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is looking at you, the Prophet, the Ahlul Bayt are looking at you thinking, you know, how can I make this work for you? At least the money that you gave towards the orphans or towards charity can say, well, you know what? This person gave me, as in the money, for these orphans, and gave them a smile. And hopefully that can be a wasila, it can be an intercessor for you on the Day of Judgment, to testify, to say that you did give. And so that time is now, brothers and sisters. The details are on your screen. But before we get on to any other campaigns, we have a special offer for you all. Really, it is an amazing offer. Imam Hussain TV has many different types of programs. One of those programs is called 7 Steps to Heaven. It's a quiz show, Abo Talib, right? It's a quiz show. People call in, they answer 7 questions. If you answer all 7 questions correctly, your name gets put into a raffle. And that raffle, you can potentially win a free trip to Karbala, but of course Iraq as well. Now, what we have done is Imam Hussain Charity has teamed up with 7 Steps to Heaven to say, listen, anyone who makes a donation, the £35 donation, the minimum is you get 1 raffle ticket.
Perfect.
Yeah. However, there's no limit on how many raffle tickets you want to buy. So we have, I think one of the campaigns is a £35 one. Oh, is it £30? Sorry, it's £30. However, there are options. I've done this myself. I've scanned the QR code. It's not on here, but it'll be on the screen somewhere. I've scanned the QR code, and it takes you to 2 options. Either one, which is the one iftar. I think it's the iftar pack. It is £30.
Yes, iftar pack.
The iftar pack, which is £30, or you can buy 5 for 150. Right.
Wow.
However many raffle tickets you buy, it's not, for example, £500 is 1 raffle ticket. No. We split £30 is one raffle ticket. If you buy two, that's £60, 90, and so on and so forth, right? That is for you to get a chance. All you have to do is make that donation, and then you have a chance to be put your name into the raffle tickets.
Whichever way I'm calculating it, it's like you're such a loser if you don't take part.
Honestly,
do you know why?
Even if you did one.
No, do you know why?
Why?
Because even if you don't go through, you've given a sadaqah.
Yeah.
And if you haven't, you've paid like 0.00001% for somebody else to go to Karbala.
Oh, that's amazing.
Calculate it that way.
That is brilliant.
You know what I mean? So let's say I'll buy 5. Yeah. How much is 5? £150. It's not end of the world.
Yeah.
صح ولا لا?
Yeah.
Anyways, you're taking part in a show and you're giving Ramadan baskets. You're breaking the fast of orphans. You're giving them an Eidiyah. That's one sadaqah.
Yep.
And if you get called, you're like, listen, congratulations to whoever it is. You're winning a trip to Karbala. You're going to see the heaven on earth.
Yep.
And if you don't, then you have participated
in someone else.
Somebody else going to the ziyarah of Imam Hussein.
That is amazing.
Whichever way you look at it,
it's a win-win situation.
Yes.
Guys, it is a win-win situation. The details are on your screen. Scan that QR code and purchase a raffle ticket. It is minimum £30, but you can buy as many as you want. The actual announcement of who the winner is, you got to stay tuned. We're not going to tell you yet.
Okay.
It's in the next couple of days, hopefully. We will tell you who has won this particular raffle to win the chance to go to Imam Hussain.
That makes it really exciting, to be honest.
Yeah.
And £30 is not much, let's be honest.
It's not.
Yani the youngest of your siblings, your nephews, your nieces, your children, you can't give £30 to a kid nowadays as an Eidiyah.
Yeah.
He's looking for a pinky at least.
He's looking for a pinky.
At least you're giving him one red one.
That day is coming up as
well.
And
that day is coming up. So I say give £30 to the orphans because they are in need. It's equivalent to a haircut in the UK.
Yep.
It's equivalent to a takeaway. It's equivalent to an Uber. It's equivalent to a pack of cigarettes, maybe 4 vapes, so on and so forth. It's equivalent to getting a new t-shirt. Brothers and sisters,
there's
sacrifice,
loads of different equivalents.
Sacrifice a bit from yourself and give to the ones who are in more need.
So going back to the orphans,
Yes.
of course, we saw the video, the 5-minute video, a full report of Abo Talib and Sayyid Mohsen. Now, what we didn't focus on is what did it actually mean to these orphans, these gifts. So we've got a select number of different interviews from different orphans to give you an insight into what it actually means. What does it mean to them? Are they happy? Do they have hope? What is it? What calamities have they gone through? So that you get an understanding as to what exactly you are donating for, right? Here are a couple of reports.
Assalamu alaikum. Alaikum assalam. Shunu ismak? His name is Fadhil. And I think Fadhil is like 3 years old. He's one of the orphans in the orphanage. شنو تريد هديتك؟ عادي؟ مطمئن؟ يلا بسم الله خلينا نروح نسأل أسئلتك. Hassan is 8 years of age and only mom is here. Hassan, بابا وين؟
بابا؟
نعم. بابا ما هو. ميت شنو سبب وفاة بابا؟
كهرب.
لا اله الا الله. بالليل تشتاقين لبابا؟ ايش قد تشتاقين لبابا حبيبتي؟ هواي يعني ايش قد؟
بجلد العالم.
شنو يفرحك نبا؟ الهدايا. بعد شنو يفرحك؟ الجمعة. ايش قد فرحتي شوية لا هواية؟ هواية؟ ايش قد هواية؟ راوني بايدك ايش قد؟ الله 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 الله.
وايد فرح.
He is really happy to see you, he says. وإن شاء الله تجي تشوفنا مرة ثانية.
إيه.
Her response is that I have nothing else for me to choose from. There's nothing else for me to pick from. So this is the only thing that I can love and appreciate and have. شنو تحبين تصيرين من أنت كبرين؟
كابتن طيار.
إن شاء الله إن شاء الله. شو نصيحة كابتن علي؟ كابتن علي. Please donate now at Imam Hussain Charity Foundation. حبيبي عاشت يديك. Thank you.
Those among you who believe and give will have a great reward.
Welcome back, dear viewers. That was a very, very small interview with a select number of orphans explaining to you what they have to go through on a day-by-day basis and what those toys mean to them. So you have now the chance to donate. It's an Eid gift. It's £25. It's a very, very small amount, but you can buy a fantastic gift for one of these orphans to have on the day of Eid. We can link this back to Imam Ali alayhi salam because, of course, Imam Ali is the father of orphans, and the orphans in those time didn't have a happy Ramadan or an end of Ramadan because they were still looking for their savior, who was Imam Ali at the time. You have that chance to change the narrative, brothers and sisters. You can change that narrative and say, you know what, I want to make an orphan smile on the occasion of Eid. We will do our duty to make sure that those toys are bought and given to them. We'll send you, not send you personally, but we will record, of course, the clips, the footage, so that you are aware that this is actually happening. Now, aside from that, and moving on,
yes,
Ramadan, Imam Hussain Charity did something very, very special. Very, very special. We managed to box, prepare, and give away a minimum of 100,000 iftar packs for this Ramadan alone. That number, by the way, is rising.
No.
That number is rising. But we managed to pack full of ingredients for them to have an iftar. Families to feed a family of 4 for about 10 days, if I'm not mistaken, if they ration it properly, right? For 10 days, you, not us, not Imam Hussain Charity, you, the dear viewers, managed to feed not managed to feed, but you managed to prepare 100,000 meals. 100,000 meals, which is an absolutely staggering number. It really is a fantastic number.
Yes.
So tell us first and foremost, before we get into the details of the campaign, what is exactly inside these packs?
So what's inside the packs? The packs include rice, pulses, meat, fruit and vegetables. Okay. So including tomato paste, the basic necessities that are needed. Now, the footage that you can see, this was, they booked out Karbala Stadium. So it's one of the newest and the latest and the biggest stadiums in Iraq. It was Karbala Stadium, and they used the whole area to unpack first, bag everything, and then box all the boxes. Now you can see there's flour, there's pulses, there's oil, there's rice. It was a massive project itself, and all the volunteers, they were happy, they were generous, they were proud to be doing what they were doing because they knew that it will have a major impact of the people. Like, look at that. That's at least 5 tons of rice.
Really?
At the least 5. This is all flour.
Flour, yeah.
That's tea. There's pulses, and they've been trying their best, and it's been amazing. Look, that's a drone image of, and it keeps on going, Mullah Ali. It keeps on going. It's non-stop.
It is non-stop.
Yes.
So that is what you, the dear viewers, have done. So you have collectively brought together 100,000 iftar packs for this Ramadan. Of course, there is still time, brothers and sisters. The details, once again, are on your screen in terms of how to donate, how to get involved. The iftar pack is £30, and that can feed a family of 4 for about 10 days, which is absolutely amazing.
Yes.
Right? We're going to take a very, very small break. After the break, we're going to talk to you about more of those campaigns and how you can get involved, especially when it comes to the Eid campaign, the Iftar campaign, the Orphan campaign, as well as the Water Well campaign. So we're going to take a small break. Inshallah, we'll see you in a couple of minutes.
Nergis is 12 years of age, and I'll ask Nergis who she lives here, mother or father. Nergis هنا عايشة تويا ويا ماما ويا بابا. بابا وين؟ قبل كم سنة توفى بابا؟ She said dad passed away from a natural cause and mum is still around. However, she would hope for dad to be present. هل تتمنين ان بابا يكون حاضر؟ ليش؟ يشجعك. She said that the presence of her father will support her, for her to look towards her goals and ambitions in life. شنو تحبين تصيرين من تكبرين؟ دكتورة. ليش تبين تصيرين دكتورة؟
لأن أحسن معدل.
She hopes to grow up and become a doctor because it's the best of degrees and qualifications. But we know that this needs support. This needs financial support. This needs motivation. This needs a push. And this push is your financial support, brothers and sisters. For you to donate now and contribute so that we can ensure that this orphan will have a future. She'll be able to study in the best of universities and become a doctor, make her dream come true.
Empower a future by sponsoring an orphan today. because every child deserves hope and opportunity.
That's right, every child deserves hope and opportunity. That is one of the main things that we are trying to change here. Because providing an iftar pack can sustain them for what?
At least 5 days.
5 days, 6 days. But the problem is what happens after that.
Yes.
And so that's what we want to change. We want to change that narrative to say, let's get the donations continuous so that we have a continuous stream of income that these people are able to rely on. Because I've had personal stories when I've met orphans in Iraq, and they tell me, especially that kid Amir and his younger brother Hussein, it still affects me to this day, the amount of dedication Abu Talib that he had to his studies. Because he said, if it's not for my studies, then I have zero hope. I can't do anything else in this life. Because my father, he cannot work. My younger brother relies on me. My father relies on me. I have to be there and I have to stand up, basically. The only way that I can is to rely on donations. I have no other means of sustenance, no other means of income. Once he gets an education, then he's able to get a job. That job will give him some sort of income, and then he can bring himself out of poverty. That's the whole point of everything that we're saying, is we want to get people out of poverty, which is massively difficult, but it's not impossible.
No.
And that's why you can make that change. Right here, right today, you're able to donate towards the orphan campaign. That orphan campaign will provide not just meals, not just water, food, whatever it is, but it's also to help with education supplies so that they're able to maintain their education and get themselves out of poverty, inshallah. Muhsin, on your screen now, has done a lot of fantastic work visiting different places in Iraq to showcase some of the dire situation that the orphans live in. Were you there with him in one?
I was this year. This was next to Karbala Stadium.
Okay.
And there was one of the houses we entered, and you can see as well from the clothes that they're wearing.
Oh, there you are,
we were literally there, yeah. And if you look in the background, these kids, some of them are like literally bare feet. He's wearing, look, Khatay, he's just on socks.
Yeah.
And the floor is not flat.
No.
There's stones, there's rock, there's wood, there is sand, there's mud. First of all, it's not safe at all, and it's not hygienic, and you know they don't have much. There's like 15 young boys. They're all sharing one football, and this is why we are trying to work alongside you, brothers and sisters, for you to donate, to contribute, and make sure that we can get out to them, give them new toys, you know, bring them hope, make sure that they are safe, they are giving food, they're taking the right medication. There was one interview we had, and it was with a family, and the grandmother was speaking in the absence of the child, the orphan, and the mum, saying that she cannot afford the next batch of asthma pumps. And she worries that in the middle of the night he'll have an attack and she can't do anything, so he might not wake up. Wow. It's that difficult, and that's when there and then we had to do something. We went to the pharmacy, we got the pumps, but that's one situation in 100. There's only so little that me and you can do, but it's in the hands of our viewers, the ones that are viewing. You can do it on behalf of yourself, on your amwat, on your marhumin. You can give a sadaqah jari, you can give away idiyah towards the orphan. You can follow the footsteps of Amir al-Mu'mineen, your grandmother, your grandfather. Let me say something, in this month, you lost your grandfather, I think, how many years ago?
11 years ago.
11 years ago. Alif rahmah alayh. Your grandma, she meant a lot to me personally, because I always entered the Husayniyya and she was there. And your grandma had Sufrat Sayyidah Ruqayyah, where every Friday she will do this dua and she'll give out sweets, and they will still also take contributions towards the needy. So how important do you think it's for yourself in the love of your grandma to donate?
Oh, it's massively important, because as I mentioned before, that my grandfather, my grandmother, they can't do anything about their situations, but we can.
Yes.
And especially when it comes to your marhumin, a lot of the donations, by the way, brothers and sisters, that you can get involved in, and why people donate, is not just because of themselves, but they say, I have marhumin, and I want to give on their behalf.
Yes.
And one of the best ways to give and to show your love and dedication to your loved ones, people can sit and cry about their loved ones for days and days and days, but to the dead person, you know, we've got narrations that state, don't cry over me, give me deeds.
Yes.
I need deeds right now. I need a'mal, because that's what's going to help me on the day of judgment. Not your cries, look, I know that you love me, fine, fantastic, I love that as well, but I need a'mal. So it's also recommended, there's been narrations stated from the Imams about some of the acts that you can do like for example, leaving behind a loving son who will perform deeds on
Yes.
your behalf.
Na'am.
So look, in response to the question, my grandmother, my grandfather, yeah, I love them, and so therefore I want to send them good deeds, and the way I can do that is donating towards orphans, underprivileged, whoever it is, that are then my grandfather and grandmother can benefit from it.
I really think it's really straightforward. If you really love them and you want to show your love for them, you donate on behalf of them.
Yeah.
It's not difficult at all. Look how dangerous this is.
Yeah.
And look, there's a young child there. The team had to go there. It's really difficult, but we want to try and reach out to ensure that we're going to make them have safe homes.
Yeah.
You know, some of the houses we were entering, you know, the family would say that when it rains, it's like we're sitting in the middle of the street because the roof will leak.
Absolutely.
So this is how situations are
On
like
that,
in
on
Iraq.
that note, Abu Talib, we're going to go to a very quick report given by Sayyid Muhsin, and I believe Abu Talib is in this report as well. Watch this report and we'll talk about it when you're back.
Brothers and sisters, Haidar has lung infection as well as asthma. The doctors have said to her that more than 70% of her lungs have been infected. So only 30% of the lungs are working, and day by day, a bigger percentage of her lungs are not working. And she's given me a report and prescription of the doctors for her medication. However, she has still not taken this to the pharmacy because she cannot afford to buy the medication. And from hearing you guys yourselves, we can understand that she's got difficulty speaking and breathing. She's short of breath, and her not taking the medication makes her conditions worse and worse. She has lost her husband due to a car crash. Her husband is a Satuta driver. It's one of the transports that we have in Iraq, and their earnings is very little, but he's the only income that comes to this household. And now she's a widow, she's living with her 3 sons. Abu Haidar توفى. ولا سامح الله إذا أنت أدويتك ما تاخذيهن يصير بي شيء. من يتكفل بالأولاد؟
يا بيبي يا أمي وبيبي هذا قط وذبحها بقلبها لا نفس اشتري دوها هذا دوها ودوها اللي.
These tears are valuable for each and every individual of us. Brothers and sisters, take action now, donate, contribute, and give, so that we can ensure that we'll have the right medication, they will have the right education, and they will have a safe shelter.
Give the gift of hope. Charity begins with a single act of kindness. Donate today.
Welcome back, dear viewers of Imam Hussain Charity. If you've just joined us in the remaining 10-15 minutes of this program, you have missed so far a very heartfelt fundraiser. It is a fundraiser. We are telling you, we are asking you to donate and contribute to a very, very noble cause. It is the month of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It is the month in which we fast, in which we abstain from those things that we take for granted: food and water, relations, people, socials, whatever. We try to stay away from as many things as possible. However, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has recommended to us to better ourselves. And one of the ways that we can better ourselves is to almost like purify yourself. Because when you give charity, you feel good.
Yes.
When you feel good, you're purifying yourself. And so we're asking you to donate in the noble cause of this month of Ramadan. We've so far had so many occasions that can inspire you to donate. For example, starting this month, we remembered the demise of Sayyidah Khadija alayhi salam. Sayyidah Khadija, who we know gave everything that she had in the way of Islam, in the way of her Prophet, in the way of her husband, the Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. She gave not just her service, but she gave her wealth. Literally, she gave every piece of dime that she had, every piece of pound, cent, whatever it was, gold coin that she had in those times. She gave it all towards the Holy Prophet, upon which we remember her as, and we remember 2 people when it comes to Islamic history. The wealth of Khadija
and the sword
of Amir al-Mu'mineen Ali ibn Abi Talib. The sword of Amir al-Mu'mineen Ali ibn Talib we'll remember later in the month of Ramadan, because after that came Kareem of Ahl al-Bayt alayhi salam,
Yes.
and that is Imam Hussain alayhi salam. He is the generous of the Ahl al-Bayt. Again, we asked you in the name of Imam Hussain alayhi salam to give and donate and be generous You are already generous people, but give more if you can, in the name of Imam al-Hassan alayhi salam. And then came
Amir al-Mu'mineen.
Amir al-Mu'mineen. Now, can we say more when it comes to the father of the orphans? Someone who dedicated himself towards the service of Islam. Someone who was so dedicated to worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and who faced still trials and tribulations, who was the head of state. Yeah, he was the head of state, head of the whole Islamic empire for that 4.5 years, however long, that was riddled or rifled with civil war. However, he was the head of state, but he would still live amongst the people like they were. And that was Amir al-Mu'mineen. And we asked you and you gave. We asked and you responded. But now is the final push when it comes to the last days of Ramadan. If you haven't donated so far, now is the time. It's not too late, especially when it comes to this month of Ramadan. You've probably got a day or two left of fasting. The details are on your screen. You can download our Sadaqah app, because the Sadaqah app, Abo Talib, what does it do? It makes it easier for them too?
Sadaqah app, it's really easy. You download the app, you put a direct debit, you can donate £1 a day, 50 pence, £2, £5, £3. You could do, it's as easy as you think it is, you know?
Yeah.
It's really straightforward. You set a direct debit, it'll be deducted every day, end of the month. You don't have to worry about not having the right change. You're not having a note, so on and so forth. And you've spoken about donations. Brothers and sisters, for those that just come in, if you donate, you'll be part of a raffle to go towards Karbala. Tell us more about it.
I was just about to ask you, but I'll tell you, no problem.
Yes.
So we have partnered with, Imam Hussain Charity has partnered with 7 Steps to Heaven. It's a program that is streamed 4 days a week during the month of Ramadan.
Yes.
It's a quiz show, right? 7 Steps to Heaven is a quiz show. Imam Hussain Charity is obviously us. What we've done is 7 Steps to Heaven is a quiz show that you answer 7 questions. If you win, if you answer correctly, your name gets put into a raffle, and that raffle, one person is selected to win a free trip to the holy cities in Iraq.
What's the alternative if you don't get the 7 questions correct?
Oh, you get a ring.
Yeah, but if you don't get to go into the raffle, because you're telling about 7 steps.
Yeah.
IHC, what does IHC do? If you donate...
So what IHC is now doing is saying, listen, you can still win a chance, even if you don't answer the questions. Even if you don't even come onto the live, no problem. Even if you don't watch 7 Steps to Heaven, you can still win a chance to go to Karbala.
How?
By donating a minimum of £30. One raffle is £30. That's just the minimum. However, we do not, the amazing thing about this is we do not limit you to the raffle tickets. So if you pay £30 for one, you can pay £60 for 2, 90, 120, 150, 180, 210, whatever it is, right? You can pay as much as you want. The number is always divided by 30 to give you one raffle ticket. I'm not going to give you the maths, but you can unlimit. It's an unlimited raffle tickets that you can buy. So the probability is, if you have a lot, then you might win a free chance to Karbala. Abo Talib earlier in the show said something amazing, because on the face of it, it's like, okay, I'm going to donate to someone.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to donate, right? And that can go to someone who needs it most. But on the flip side, what also happens?
So on the flip side is, you're going to donate money towards the orphan's going to bring a smile to his face.
Yes.
That's thawab, yeah?
Yes.
You're going to take part in 7 Steps to Heaven. You're going to answer 7 questions. You're going to learn something new, teach people something new. That's thawab as well.
Yeah.
Now, even if you go into the raffle and you don't make it, or your name doesn't come up for your visit to Iraq, which includes Karbala, Najaf, Samarra, all the holy sites, you have participated in funding somebody to go towards Iraq.
Okay.
Yani whichever way you look at every angle, 360 degrees, you're getting rewarded. It's a win-win, like you said.
It's a win-win situation.
Yes.
But it's for a limited time. This is not going to go on forever.
They have up until Eid, I believe.
You have up until Eid. We've also made it so simple for you, because all you need to do is scan the QR code, which is right underneath Abo Talib.
Where I am. Scan me, basically.
Scan the QR code.
Yes.
Okay, if you scan the QR code, it takes you to the donation page on Imam Hussain Charity. It will give you 2 options, and there's also a custom option. The first option is one raffle ticket for £30. The other option is 5 raffle tickets for £150. However, you can make a custom. You can make 2 tickets, 5 tickets, 10 tickets, 20 tickets, however many tickets that you raffle tickets that you want to buy. Bear in mind, one raffle ticket is £30.
Let's be honest, yeah?
Go on.
If you want to be cheeky, we're like, all right, let me get 20 raffle tickets. Yeah. How much is a ticket towards Iraq now? What's the cheapest ticket to Iraq?
£600, £700.
600, that's 20 tickets.
Yeah.
So even if you buy 10 tickets, we're not buying, donate 10 tickets,
Yeah.
you're still paying £300. And you might be lucky enough to be picked to go to
I mean,
Haram.
you could.
So as many tickets as you buy up until 20, you're still making a profit.
Fantastic.
And you're getting thawab.
Yeah, it's a trip. At the end of the day, it's a trip to Karbala. This is the fastest, easiest way to get a free trip to Karbala.
Yes.
All you need to do is donate £30, a minimum £30 for you to qualify. When we are announcing the winner is still unconfirmed, but it will be after Ramadan, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Maybe a couple of days after Ramadan.
What do you say to those that have donated themselves? What do you say to them? What can they do? They can share it, tell a friend.
Oh, fantastic point. So if you have donated, you can easily go to the socials, right? Instagram, WhatsApp, whatever it is, and tell your friends about it. Because what they are then going to do, for example, let's just say they're two brothers or a couple or a family. You know, you're given your name, my name, her name, his name, many different names, and then you can still qualify, and your chances are a lot better. In the limited time that we have left, I'm going to go to one more interview, right, with one of these orphans, because the whole show is about Eid Wishes, right? It's not a birthday card, it's not a get well soon, it's not we wish you the best of Eid. No, the whole point of Eid Wishes is because these lot wish for a better life. These lot wish for food, wish for parents. They have many different wishes and hopes and aspirations and dreams. You have that chance to grant that wish. Yeah? You have that chance to grant that wish for them. All you need to do is contribute and donate. Yeah? If you want to see a smile on an orphan, donate. If you want to see shelter on a mother who has to look after 6 children because her husband has passed away, donate. If, however, we haven't talked the water well campaign, which you mentioned Marhumin, by the way.
Yes.
Which is a fantastic point. Tell us a bit more about the water well campaign.
The water well campaign, it's when you build or when you donate a water well, or the water well idea itself. You know, you don't have a water well in your back garden. You don't have it in your front garden. You don't have it in the balcony. A water well is for a whole community. It's for a village where there's at least 500 plus people, not less than 500 people, young, old, students, male, female, and they just want to survive and they want the basic things. We use it every single day to wash our faces, for wudu, for keeping ourselves hydrated, for doing our clothes, for going, for coming back, whichever it is, it's just water, brothers and sisters. £1,400 is enough for us to build a water well for a community of 500 people. And this is truly a sadaqah jariyah. With the flow of water, it's a flow of thawab. It's a flow of rinsing away all your sins, and it's all getting new hasanat in it. Yeah. Brothers and sisters, £1,400 might sound a bit heavy for some of us, but if you have a gathering, I'm sure we're going to have gatherings for Eid. You know, you're going to visit family, friends on the first day of Eid. If there's 7 of you, you say, listen, 200, 200, 200, every head pays 200, that's £1,400. If you can afford it yourself, you're going to say, you know what, I want to do this on behalf of my grandfather, which loved Ahlul Bayt, which loved Imam Hussein, and in the name of Imam Hussein, and my grandfather, I want to contribute towards one water well. If you have a WhatsApp group, there's 14 of you, friends, a football match, you guys are there, you know, 11 aside, like, listen guys, £1,400, we're going to divide it on 11 of us, and we're going to build a water well on behalf of ourselves, our marhumin, our second name, our family tree, or our loved ones.
Fantastic stuff. And don't forget, by the way, one thing that we also add into that is that you get regular updates as to how your water well is being built. You can choose the name that's on the plaque. You can do a lot of things with that water well. In terms of the location, of course, you don't have a say because we try to find the best place for that water well. But the benefits are unbelievable when it comes to the water well campaign. The benefits, you know, someone does wudu, you get thawab. Someone cleans their vegetables, you get thawab. Someone just drinks a glass of water.
Every time this water well is pumped,
you get thawab.
You get thawab.
Not you get thawab, maybe your marhumin get thawab as well, which is fantastic. And that is what we're calling sadaqah jariyah, right? That is sadaqah jariyah. That is sadaqah that is continuous and continuous and continuous, which is fantastic. Any last words, Abo Talib, before we end this fantastic show?
I just would like to say we fasted for 30 days. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Allah has given us the health to fast and He's given us the life to be present. We have lost lots of family and friends. They were not with us. They were with us last year. They're not here this year. Who knows if we're going to be around next year to give our service and help towards the ones who are in need through asking for donations, through donating ourselves. So don't think twice, brothers and sisters, while you're around. We're in the last hours of Shahr Ramadan. I think there's less than 50 hours in Shahr Ramadan, right or not? Because we don't know when Eid is specifically. Take the opportunity to donate and give. Iftar package, orphan package, water well, or Eid package.
Fantastic.
They mean the world, these 4 things.
Brilliant stuff. Abo Talib, I want to thank you so much for your
Thank
time
you very
during
much.
this month of Ramadan.
Thank you very much. It's been an honor.
You're a very busy man.
Habibi.
We totally appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule.
Habibi.
But that's Abo Talib making sacrifices. And on that note, my last kind of plea and my last message to you, dear brothers and sisters, is that life is full of sacrifices. Life is full of priorities. Life is very, very short. And so make the most of the time that you have available. Make the most of what you have in front of you so that you can make a change. Wallah, wallah, your donations make a change. Your contributions make a change. I cannot overstate the impact that your donations and contributions make. Don't forget, the details are on your screen, imamhussaincharity.com, Instagram, socials, WhatsApp. We have a number if you want to make a private donation. It is all available to you. The work that they're doing is fantastic. I've seen it firsthand. Abo Talib has seen it firsthand. We can testify that the work is making a change. You can be a part of that change. Imam Ali alayhi salam says, even giving a little is worthy than not giving at all. Right? And on that last point, especially when it comes to the orphans, the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ has always stated that if you want to be as close to me as 2 fingers next to each other on the Day of Judgment, then do not forget the orphans. On that point, I want to congratulate you, the dear viewers, on the auspicious occasion of Eid al-Fitr. Inshallah, this month is a successful month for you, and it's a month of change. And take that into the next couple of months, because inshallah, the next time we see you could be another campaign, another exciting campaign for you to get involved in. On that note, thank you very much for watching. We thank, of course, Imam Hussain TV for allowing us to be on this platform. Imam Hussain Charity does fantastic work. Be a part of that. Inshallah, we'll see you soon. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
السلام عليكم.
عليكم السلام. لا أحتاج التحقيق عليك.
شنو اسمك؟
حيدر.
حيدوري ما شاء الله. ايش قد عمرك؟
12.
12 ما شاء الله. هاي شنو؟
عيال.